Hi, Lisa.
Hello. I think I'm streaming to my channel.
Let me go check. Can you give me a hug, please? Okay, fine. Give me a hug, please.
I see it there, but I can't go in myself, I
Oh,
guess.
thank you.
It shows in my lives.
I'm gonna check. Let's go on my phone to check. No, she's not. She was just acting. She woke up at
Hmm.
like 4 p.m. She's definitely not tired. Thank you, Lisa. No, right now it is almost 8 p.m. 8 p.m.? Yeah, that p.m. means nighttime. I'm scared of this day. What are you scared about? I stayed at 1 p.m. You're scared of p.m.? We have to look for Uncle Shippy's channel.
Ooh,
Um,
I see it on mine, but I don't know if I can go and watch. I guess I can't. Shows my Camaro, full picture. Oh yeah, it's working. Yeah. Oh my God.
it is?
So I don't have any mods or anything. Holy crap! There's people there.
You are a mod.
Or is that you? No, but in my channel, well,
I'm looking for your channel right now on
I'm there. Amy G's there. Mustang's there. Oh, I should close it down or make mods, eh? How do I make mods? What do I do? Hmm. How do I make mods? Guess I should go in my settings, right?
you have to go. You have to be on your YouTube one,
Yeah, yeah.
and click on the person's name in the chat,
Okay.
and then it's the bottom one, the second one. I'm looking for Sweet Dude Shibby Chat. I can never find whatever I search for. Um, memberships, maybe. Mm,
Oh, here I got it. So I can make Charles. Is that Charles Anarch?
I don't know.
Who's Anarch? Zero
Hi,
one one four.
Anarch 114. Who are you?
Here, pertinent. Pert's going to be my first mod. Pert, you can protect me, and Mustang will protect me too, and Amy G will protect me. There, you guys. And Amy
Amy.
G.
Can you say
Amy G's a
hi?
mod.
Can you say hi, Amy?
There, you guys can protect me. Who's Anarch? 00141. Hi.
I won't protect you.
Don't worry, I'm okay now. That was easy to make mods. I didn't even know you clicked on their name.
Oh,
Oh, is Anarch your for sure?
November
Oh,
5th. November 5th. How do you pronounce
Dino's in
it?
mine.
Jota?
Hey, I got Dino. Dino's here.
Dino is never around. He's not a good mom.
I would make him the managing moderator, but he's never here. Where's Heavy? Heavy, come to me, and I'll make you the main mod. Heavy,
Good night.
where's Heavy? Come to me, Heavy, and I'll make you the main moderator. You can boss everyone around.
Good night, Tom.
I would make Dino the main mod, but he's been a little sketchy lately.
I'm too scared of this day.
He
Hey,
hasn't come around enough.
I'm scared of the day and night.
I'm stealing all your people. Wow, so we're dual streaming, eh? You guys can hear me on my channel, okay? I guess this is pretty cool. No, Mustang, don't start. This is my first stream. I know you're kidding. This is my first stream, guys, with Dee Dee. So let's make this a banger. Peace and love only. Everyone, anyone come in, peace and love. I'm done fighting with people. I don't, it's not good for your health doing all that fighting shit. It's so stressful. And then when I start getting in those comment battles, I start worrying about people. And then I think about it all night long. And I don't know, it's so crazy. I don't want to fight anymore. I give up. I want love, no fight. Where's Habby? Habby, come to me. I need you as my main mod. Oh, put my channel link up? Okay, 1 sec, Hebs. Sorry, I didn't see that.
Yeah, put your channel link up. I'm having
Okay.
trouble too.
Here it is.
We need high vibrations. Yes, we do need high vibrations. What's going on, Oleg?
That's it. So Oleg's here. Oh, here's Habby. There you go. Let's see if I can make her the main mod. Yep. Habby, you got all the power, Hebs. There you go.
I'm a Norse.
Habby.
I'm an Odinist.
Habby is in charge. Dino, you must listen to Heather Brown. Habby, you have all the power. Do as you choose. Okay, I trust you. Habby has my back, I'm sure. Dino, don't get out of line, Dino. Habby can just. No, Pert, I really like you, but Habby definitely gets the main spot.
Oh, Pert, but you gotta go to his channel though for him to mod you.
Nope, she's here. I already modded her.
Oh, okay. So what are you feeling hurt for?
Lisa G too. I'm stealing everybody. Sorry, G's got nobody there.
Hey, I want to be a mod. Hey, I need to.
Is this really Charles? Charles Godwin, CV61 or whatever. Lisa G. I'll do like Dave. I'm going to make you all mods so you feel guilty and have to come and watch.
That's a good tactic.
Everyone's a mod now. And we're sure that that's Yoten, Viagra? Anarch 00141?
Yeah, Yoten.
We're sure? Okay. Beasley? Yep.
He has a live on November 5th. See, that's in my mind. Okay.
And let's hope that's really Yotan, because he's a mod now. I think everyone's a mod.
I'm not a mod yet. I'm trying to get over there. I'm trying. Let me see.
No, it's okay. I won't be giving you a wrench. No, I'm just kidding. Wow, this is great. So I have it all muted, and I have your chat up and YouTube. I have mine on another monitor, and on my third monitor, I have StreamYard up.
Where's the Halloween song? That is the Halloween song. But this is not the Halloween song. This is the swimming.
Yeah. So how many people do I have? I'm stealing everybody. I don't see a number though.
Wait, am I on mute or no? I meant to put mute. Sorry. I see 13 people. Wait, yeah, I see 13 people in yours.
Cool.
Now make me a mod.
Oh, are you there? Oh, there you are. Should I have you? Should DD be a okay? I'll give you managing mod too. Okay, you're a manager. You want a manager or regular? DD, you want to be my managing mod too with Heavy?
Your computer and
no, wait, no. I want Heavy's the only manager. Everyone's a regular one until you guys. If you really good my ass, if you really glaze my ass good, I'll make you a manager. But right now, it's just Heavy. Heavy's the my main squeeze. Everyone else, you're just like side hustle pieces. Heavy's my main piece. So what's up, guys? This is my first stream. How do you like it? Going big time. I got 72 subs. Gonna go big time. You're gonna see me on mainstream media soon. I'll be on CNN soon.
Um,
I'll go on
what
Fox
per
TV and I'll go on all those weird channels.
what's per
Pertinent,
practice
pertinent.
that
Oh,
Heavy was laughing about?
okay, Yotan, it's really you. Yotan is a cool name. Yeah, who would fake that name, right, Yotan?
Where are you, Yotan?
He's in my chat, but I
No,
like calling because
I mean
I
where in
like
the
calling him
world?
JJ. I think JJ is a good name for him because it's Yotan Jagger JJ,
Okay, let's call him
and
JJ.
I think so if he likes it because it's easy to type. And I put JJ Dynamite from Good Times. Remember JJ Dynamite? If Yotan likes JJ, I think that'll be a good nickname for him.
It's JJ. No, where JJ? Where in the world are you? Are you in Norway?
He's in the UK.
Oh, you're
UK.
in the UK. Thanks, Lisa. She was the realtor
Oh,
who.
oh, JR Token. Sean's here. Hey, Sean.
Listen, I love dressing up in costumes all the time. So does Valencia.
Lisa
We love.
G. Wow, I got everyone here. Thanks for the support. So you guys got the notification, okay? That's pretty cool. That was my first. Imagine all these people were like, "Oh my God, Shibby's live," and I put Halloween extravaganza or something silly, whatever. Shibby and Dee Dee Halloween extravaganza. That should get people coming. Yeah, Dee Dee's Heavy's missing garden gnome, the one at the neighbor stole, and Heavy had to uh, wrestle with her neighbor to get back, and then all their clothes came off, and they were wrestling nude. Dee Dee and her neighbor were wrestling nude in her garden, and then the cops pull up, and it's on dash camera. So I'm trying to get that video. So we need to find Heavy's local police department and get that video because when the cops pull up, I'm hoping it's on dash cam. I'm just kidding. I don't know, but that would be funny, eh? The cops pulled up and caught it on dash cam. Heavy and her neighbor fighting in the garden. Movies. I haven't been to the movies in forever. I watched the movie the other day. You know Transformers. I watched Bumblebee. That was really good. Bumblebee. It was like way back in the '80s before Bumblebee became the Camaro. It was really really good. He was a punch buggy, a yellow punch buggy. Yeah, Mustang's got a point. I don't need Dee Dee anymore. She's like holding me back. I think I think I'd be better off without Dee Dee. Eh? She's like dead weight, dead doo doo for Dee Dee. I feel like we should have had something planned here, Dee Dee. Sorry, guys. I didn't even think I was. I just saw the button. It said on StreamYard, it said, share this on your channel. I was just going to test it. I didn't think it would actually go boom, so live. No, I don't even have a cam hooked up. Sorry. I would soon. I'm going to order a good cam because I'm on my Windows computer and I'm just on my Bluetooth headset. I don't have it's on a desktop, like one of those little small ones, whatever they're called again. The mini PCs. It's a really good PC, but I don't have a computer. But I got like 10 USB ports. No, I'm not turning back. Nope. TJ, I'm here for you. How do I sound, TJ? TJ is my audio expert. She knows not to put um, any fake fireplace noises in the background. No crackling and popping. Where did Dee Dee go? Dee Dee left me. I really should have had something planned, guys. What do you guys want to do? You want to talk about something? Want to investigate something? You guys have any good Halloween stories you want to tell? Or did you guys anyone get dressed up cool? Or did you guys decorate your homes? Anybody have homes decorated? Want to send a photo in to Dee Dee? That would be nice to see. JJ, Yotan, is it okay if we call you JJ? Because that's a lot easier, if you don't mind. I like it. I like giving nicknames. So if anybody wants a nickname, Dino and I can come up with a nickname really fast. And then we just keep throwing out nicknames, and usually a good nickname sticks around, by itself. And it is weird how YouTube's been showing these handles instead of usernames. I wish they would stop doing that, because that's why I have my underscores in my name. Okay, JA, Ja. So Yotino's JA. So if you guys are typing JA, he'll know it's him, because it's a lot to type. Or we can call him Ja Ja, Ja Joe, Yotan. Wait, is it Yotan? No, it would be Joja. Whoa, that might stick, Yotan. Joja, Joja. Ooh, test that out, guys. Joja, going once, going twice. Joja, or Ja is fine.
Ja.
Ja, Ja, like Ja Gabor.
Like Ja Rule. No, Ja Gabor's
Ooh,
ZSA.
I know, I like it. Ja works. Yeah, Ja Rule. Yeah, Ja.
Like dun 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 dun. I gotta run upstairs
Ja
really
Ja.
fast to get her some stuff to color.
Okay,
BRB.
don't worry. I got them. I got it. I'm good. So did you guys? TJ said my hubby was the audio visual technician in junior high. He's very proud of that. Ooh, is your hubby listening, TJ? Sorry if I was. I kind of sensed he was getting mad at me, and I didn't mean when I first streamed with you last time and on Didi. I didn't want to sound like a dick, but okay, he's not listening. I sensed he was getting a little mad at me in the background because I was jumping in and cutting you off. I think, but not mad, but you know what I'm saying. Oh, he was, yeah, yeah. I know it must be hard sitting there. It's like backseat driving when you want to just kind of tell people what to do in the background. Cool. Yeah, and TJ for half an hour, she had her fireplace crackling in the background, and it would cut out my microphone and stuff. And Dee Dee had her white noise machine playing in the background. So, I mean, I'm not ADD. I guess I maybe ADD, adult ADD a bit, and I'm probably on definitely a few spectrums of something. But when I'm listening to stuff, I hear everything in the background. Like, I hear everything, and I focus on that, and I lose track of what I'm supposed to be listening to. Like, like when I'm watching stuff or playing hockey or when I'm playing sports, I'm very peripheral. I can see everything except and what I'm looking at. I kind of lose track of because I'm thinking of everything else that's going on. And when you're faking a pass and trying to deke somebody out, it's very helpful. But when you're trying to actually have a conversation, not very good when there's all those other noises and stuff. So yes, I'm definitely on a spectrum of some type for sure. A few different spectrums. So anybody else get dressed up for Halloween? Dino, what'd you get dressed up as? Uh, a regular human? Did you take you know, Dino puts a regular human costume on because he's a Sam Squatch. for 364 days, and then one day he gets to be a regular guy. Pertinent. We'll see you after. No hurry. No problem. No trick or treaters out there. That's cool. It's probably better off. I mean, nowadays, yeah, you got to be careful. Every year you hear a stupid story of somebody putting stuff in the candy and that, which is ridiculous. Like they put a razor blade or a pin in the chocolate bars, and that's like, who would do that? It's so horrible. It's one thing to just turn your light off and not have people knock on your door, but some people put like stuff in their candy. Canned food? Oh, man, if I showed up and got a can of tuna, I'd be pissed. I'd throw it through their window probably. I'm just kidding. I think you should, chocolate bars aren't even that expensive. I think you should just, instead of those mini chocolate bars, just go to like Price Club or whatever, the retailer, or even on Amazon. You can order a box of Snickers. You know, even the king size bars. If you put a king size chocolate bar in a kid's, he's going to come and cut your lawn the next day probably. They'll be so happy. I mean, they're not that expensive. I order the full size chocolate bars. And they're like Snickers, or if you're worried about peanuts, I guess you can just get like plain chocolate bars. Arrow or Kit Kat, I don't know. Or the full size bags of chips, not those little mini Halloween chips. Yeah, licorice, anything. Amazon has everything. And I live in a big city. My city has 800,000 people. So I have a couple of those Amazon sorting centers near me. So I could order stuff now. If I order it before midnight, it comes on my front door by 4 or 5 a.m. between 4 and 8 a.m. And if I order it before noon, it comes in the afternoon. It comes like if I order anything before noon on Amazon Prime, it comes by 5 p.m. between 4, 5, and 8 p.m. So that's pretty cool. And as long as it's got the Prime sticker mark. Oh, what's going on, Hebby? Oh yeah, Hebby's. Yes, everybody. Obviously, everyone knows Hebby Brown. Heather is in remission. She got a little bit of chemo next week, but basically, her doctor. You know what her doctor told Hebby? Her doctor told her that her friends, mostly, all of us, but mostly me, and all our great spirit and support and love, we cured Hebby's cancer because she was so happy. And we gave her so much joy that she got the Shibby treatment, right, TJ? Like I told the doctor for Shibby, I inject 10 cc's of Shibby and I say, don't call me in the morning. So take a shot of 10 cc's of special Shibby juice and do not call me in the morning. Definitely do not call. Charles knows. Yeah. So Hebby's the main mod, everyone. So you make sure you're nice to Hebs, or if you even look at her wrong, she's gonna get rid of you. And I give her all the power. Hebby,
More
you have all the power. Whatever you think needs to be done, and I can make a few more of your main mods, but not yet. You're gonna have to prove yourself. Right now, but now that you have wrenches, you're obligated to come back every time, and you're obligated to hit the thumbs up, and you're obligated to make nice comments, and these are your obligations now. And if I don't see you making nice comments, I'm gonna just Abby's gonna unwrench you and then come to your house and steal your garden gnome, and she's gonna wrestle you. Like Abby, she looks small, but she says she's 5'1", but I believe she's 3 foot 25 inches because that sounds better. 3 foot 25 inch Abby is coming to get you. Uh oh, Charles. Yeah, yeah. If I make Charles, if I make Charles mad, he could probably get me back under 50 subs because he used a couple of his accounts to boost me. Yes. No. Okay. Everyone, be nice to Charles for a little bit. And Mustang, come on, drop the hatchet with Charles. Charles and Mustang. I think you guys could just be nice for Shibby. Come on. I know you guys have passed. And we all have passed, but let's just make love, not much.
Yeah, you see, JA. I had it in my head.
Ja,
Wait, where did we decide?
Ja, for Yotan.
Yeah, what did he decide for us to call him?
He said Ja,
Ja.
but I kind of like I like Joja.
Okay, let's not get it that complicated.
No,
Ja.
no, but it sounds cool. Ja, it just sounds like if you don't say Ja Rule, it sounds funny. Just Ja, no?
Actually,
Or Ja Ja.
means God in Jamaican. And whatchamacallit? Why do
Either
you say reggaeton?
Rastafarian.
Yes, thank you.
You know what? It's also like the you know the Pastafarians.
Who?
You know Pastafarian.
Pastafarians?
Yeah. What's the religion that doesn't believe in God? Again, atheist.
What does that have to do with
Atheist.
pasta?
Because their God is a pasta monster. They pray to a Pastafarian monster. Go look it up.
Can you
It's
drop me
become
a link on that?
no, just Google it. Google Pastafarian. Whatever.
That a
Atheist
pastafarian
God,
sounds like me because I like to eat pasta all the time.
or maybe I got that wrong. But I know atheists, their God is a pasta monster. I forget it has that name too.
Oh look, ja means yes in German.
No, Ja works. It's easy to type. So if anybody sees JA in chat, that's for Yotan. Oh yeah, that's it. Flying spaghetti monster. That's it. That's it. Charles got it. The atheist, their god is a flying spaghetti monster. That's I guess they're kind of mocking religion, but not mock. That's their god. They chose a flying spaghetti monster. So, hey, Dee Dee, when we do this dual stream, is the same amount of people in both our chats, or
Mine says 21, but I don't know if that's including you.
yours says 7 now? Does that mean that they only count one of us, wherever the people are talking?
I'm really not sure, honestly.
Yeah, it does. Yeah, mine says 14, so 21. Yeah, I'm at 14 and you're at 7. Because mine on the browser, I refreshed it. You're at 7 and I'm at 14. So 21 makes sense. We just lost someone. It's 13. So Dee Dee, maybe we should do something here to entertain me.
Hi,
What are we
Paula.
doing? Oh,
Where are you
Paula's
going,
here. Hey,
Mustang?
Paula. Hi, Paula.
Means troll in Old Norse Jäger. Means hunter in German. Ah, look at that. You're a troll hunter! What? Did you understand that? I just got that. Did it click for you?
We can't get all the chat in one place, huh? Can we get the chat in one place?
No, we can't. Not on fucking StreamYard.
Well, you know what? I think I'm gonna leave mine up. Dee Dee, don't you delete yours? Dee Dee?
Huh?
Do you delete yours, or
Did
you
I
make
do
it private
what?
afterwards? The live, you make
Oh
them
yeah,
disappear.
yeah. Well, I
Should I do
privatize
that
them.
too?
I don't delete them.
Should I leave it there?
I mean, that's up to you. We could talk about it after.
Why not? Or if you don't want me to, I won't.
I'm just saying so that we don't have to bore everybody else with these details.
Ah, okay.
Thank
That's
you.
code word for shut the fuck up, Sylvie.
No, no, I have too many
No,
things going
no.
on. I'm trying to text my boyfriend.
Hey,
People are telling me to check my DMs. You're asking me a
hey,
question. I'm figuring out riddles with
it's okay.
Jaz's name. I'm
Oh,
only,
oh,
ADHD.
Dee, go pop some of your pills. You're a little bitchy.
I have my shitty pills right now. I don't have the good ones. Gosh.
Okay, go to your freezer and get those vials I send you in the mail. Take out, defrost 10 cc's of Shibby and drink it right
Ew!
down, and you'll
Oh,
feel
we got.
better. Okay?
Let's go, girl.
I sent Dee 24 vials of Shibby. It took me 22 days to make it. No, actually, it took me 12 days to make them, and I froze them and I sent them to Dee. I said, do what you want. You can make a baby if you want. Put it on your food. Do shots. Sex on the beach, Shibby shots. Add a little bit of Canadian whiskey to it. Do a shot. No, no, TJ. I sent her something better than blood. It's not red. The other stuff that men make.
Bye. Oh, we got more. Yeah, get your hat. No, now, new ones.
It cures everything. If you, nope, 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 nope. I'm not going to say it. But honestly, it's really good for your mood. You women ever feel bad and you're supposed to take that stuff and keep it inside you? It'll enhance your mood. A man's semen, to be honest. Yeah, mother's milk. Shibby's milk. I'm sorry, guys. If I'm being rude or whatever. Oh, I can see Dee Dee's chat. Mustang's like, yeah. I'm sorry, Mustang. Am I being too explicit or vulgar? I'm sorry, guys. I am a 52-year-old man who plays with RC cars all night long as a business. So I'm sorry. I won't be vulgar.
Sorry if that was loud.
Oh, Nancy Drew's here too. Hi, Nancy. She's in your chat. And Oleg. Hi, Oleg, if you're still here. And Paula. Hi, Paula. I watched you do your live earlier, Paula. I watched the replay because I missed it live. You did really good. Paula's been putting out some great lives. If you guys aren't subscribed to Paula, she's making up some really nice lives with like entertainment and movies and Taylor Swift stuff and really good stuff. So it's nice to do other stuff that's not true crime, like pop culture and stuff. So it is a nice break. And anytime you go to Paula's live, you'll get to see Dave Owl. He's always there. He's her #1 fan. So if you want to see Dave and Paula, next time Paula goes live, you've got to go see her. He's really sweet. So what are we doing, Dee Dee? Do you have any plans
I'm
or?
trying to catch up with my messages. What are we doing? Okay. What we're
Oh,
doing is viewer's choice night. Where's
okay.
this crust?
She's not here, but yeah, TJ's saying Miss Pie Crust. She put out some Halloween videos, and they're short.
No.
They're like 2 to 5 minutes long. RC cars, remote control cars, Heather Brown. Yes, I'm a 52-year-old man who's played with RC cars since at least 1977 or 78, and I started really collecting them in 1988. I have literally over $50,000 worth of RC cars in my collection, literally.
I'll go grab Ms. Pie's.
Link.
Yeah, if I could find it. Oh, look at Shibby and Didi Halloween extravaganza. I see it now.
Yes, yes, TJ. Yeah, but I mean, it's basically what I do for a business. Like I have a small business, and I have like, but I don't just buy them. I sell them or I restore them. To like how they were in like 1985, brand new, and I repair them. I race them. We race them in like literal races where we put transponders in them and have laps and literal races. Some guys are even sponsored. So I race them, I buy them, I sell them, I flip them, I restore them, and I have my own. I collect them. Like I have there's this company called Marui, and they make 12 different models, and I have two or three of each one, and they're from the 1980s, and they're each one is worth thousands of dollars. Like it's it's worth a lot of money, and I've been collecting them over the years, and I have two or three of each special model, and it's so hard to find the parts because they literally stopped making them in the 80s. Yet people still had, like in Japan especially, a lot of the Japanese guys, they buy old hobby shops and they start selling like all the old stock that's been sitting there for 30 years that nobody touched. So they really have vintage. That's it. That's the word, TJ, or heavy vintage. So I go on, I search on eBay vintage RC cars, and I buy cool ones that I know are special, and I buy two or three of them, and I make one really good one, or I clean them up and flip them because I buy them for $1,000, and then I just clean them and take them apart. Every screw, I take them apart, and I make them all brand new again, repaint them, and I have spare parts if they needed. And nowadays, you can print 3D spare parts if it's hard to find, like bumpers and stuff, and then I resell them for like $1,000 or more. It's hilarious. Like I said before, you just have to find somebody who is very nostalgic. Who had one when they were a kid of that exact model, and they'll pay a lot of money to get a fresh, perfectly brand new restored one. Am I talking too much, Dee Dee? Sorry, I thought you went away.
No, I'm just on mute because I was looking for Ms. Pie's stuff, and I think here comes some more.
uh,
I think I
I can
heard.
find it. Oh, you look pretty hot with them ears, Dee Dee. Why don't you wear them all year? You got something going on there. I like that. That's a good look for you. The hair, everything. I love it. I think you should wear that all year long. I like that thing. Adrian makes them. Daba. Adrian makes those things for your head, whatever they're called, wreath. They look cute. Reminds me of the hippie love stuff, hippie child. Give us a tour. Oh, headpiece. Is that all they're called? Headpiece? I think they look pretty hot. If any of you show up to meet me somewhere on a date or like I'm picking you up from the airport, if you show up in one of them, you're getting lucky for sure. Head would look cute with one of them on her head. You guys should order some. Oh, we should order a bunch from Adrian, some special ones, and get them all mailed out to us. And we could all have the same one. ADD, your headpiece.
Oh, what about it? They're
I
called
think we
head
should
wraps?
all order. We should all order a special one from Dee Dee so we can have the same ones. I love the look. That looks like if you literally wore that during the year, I would like that. That looks so cute.
I've never dressed. I mean, I love dressing in costumes, and usually Halloween. Before I had Valencia, I was very into it. Like as an adult, Halloween stuff, parties, and not like that.
No,
But
no, I mean
we would always
literally
have two costumes. Me and my ex-boyfriend, we were super into it. We'd always throw
all
parties,
together. Together,
costumes. Huh?
together, you guys would go out as a couple.
Would we throw parties together?
like matching costumes, you know?
Oh yeah, yeah. Like remember the Pulp Fiction one?
Yeah.
Wait, we got
So
something
who were
else
you?
right here. This is
What?
important. Very cute, mommy. Very cute. Um, Ja has the weekend off and he's going to see his mom. He hasn't seen her for 9 years. Wow, that's gonna be a big deal.
Where are you reading that? Yours or mine?
My chat, but I put it on the screen. Should be on your screen too.
Oh, I don't have your screen up. Oh, yeah, I see it now. So what do you think's going to stick for him, Ja?
Wait, what did he want?
He
I
said
said
Ja.
Troll Hunter. We could just call him Troll Hunter.
No, no, no. I'm thinking of when you type it, it's got to be easy to type.
The thing about this crown thing is it's pretty itchy, in my opinion.
Right. Is that big? Like, I think Adrian, if you were to really wear one, it wouldn't be that big, right? Like just a thinner one?
This is probably a really cheap one because it just came with this
Yeah,
costume.
yeah, true. Do
Um,
you usually wear that darker lipstick?
I put on lipstick.
Do you usually wear that dark stuff?
I switch it up. Do
You
you?
sound, wait, you sound bored with me already. Do you want to end this?
No, I'm distracted. I'm trying to do
Oh,
other things. Remember?
because I know this. I know this. When I say I'm on a date or with somebody, this is where I would leave. The way you're acting. I
What?
can see I'm totally turning you off right now. You're not even
Okay.
in. You're playing with your phone,
I
with
have to.
everything except.
I have to message my boyfriend. Number one.
Well, tell your boyfriend you're gushing on Shivy right now, and he needs to
Number two.
take a
I'm
back
going to
seat.
Ms. Pie Crust. Ms. Pie Crust.
I'm just kidding.
I know you are. I know you are.
Yeah, Miss Pie hasn't been around much lately. Where's she been? She popped in one chat the other night.
And the paper. What trick or treat?
I'll spell it for you right now, baby. Give me 1 minute, okay? I saw her in, you know where I saw her? Prof's Twitch on Thursday.
Oh yeah, yeah, that was it. She came at the end or halfway through.
Where's Critter Mama?
Yeah. So, did you say we were going to do something, or did I? I'm not trying to push you. I'm just.
I wanted Gretchen to show us her setup because she's very big into Halloween and she had a beautiful setup. And she is in a pumpkin carving Facebook group as a head mod. And there's thousands of people in there and she does some
Oh
cool
wow.
stuff. And I think that if she
So
would
tell her to go
be
on.
up to
Sorry.
it.
Tell her to send you some photos. Everybody in chat, if you have Dee Dee's email, send her some photos of anything you want to talk about. Now it's free for all. And pick if you have your costumes or your kids' costumes and you want to blur their face out, or your house, or anything, Halloween or not. Send it to Dee Dee and we'll put it up.
I'm still looking for Miss Pie. Why can't I find her? Like, I swear, I can never find anything.
I'll do it. Watch. I'm going to go now. Watch how fast I can do it.
I swear, I can never find anything on
No,
this.
no, don't worry. Here, I
Yay!
got it up to me. So I'll share her channel, and the first one will be the last video. This is her last video. And then I'll send her channel.
Okay, let me go to mine.
Here's her latest video in your chat. And
I
I'll put,
hear more trick-or-treaters. Oh!
Why? More trick or treat?
hey,
There.
mute your mic, mute when you go, because it's really loud. Sorry. So this is Miss Pie's latest video. Everyone, go and check it out. and like, share, subscribe. She's trying to get things going over there. And they're like short ones, like 2 to 5 minutes. Ooh, yeah, Lisa G is a good reminder. If you're on top chat, switch it to all or live if you want to catch everything. I wish I wish YouTube would stop doing that because I see it 50 times every chat. So why can't they just have it so you can choose uh, to have live chat for the chat or once or in our own YouTube settings if we could have live chat and keep it, you know, it'll remember that instead of every time because when I'm on iPhone, if I shut the chat down to go do something and come back, it goes back to top chat and I'm 10 times the show. I'm switching it from top to live. So so the first link is Miss Pie's channel, her latest video, and the second link is Miss Pie's channel. If you just want to go and sub to her quickly and or do it later, I'll put it again at the end of the show too, so no worries. And the other day, Dee Dee got in trouble from Prof because she was putting way too many links in the chat, and Prof got annoyed and told her to stop. I had to tell her, she's not responsible enough. So Prof asked me to tell her to stop doing it, and she listened. She's good. I was going to punish her. I was going to time her out too, but Prof said not that far, not yet. So Dee Dee's skating on thin ice with Prof, and that's all true. So I'm in Dee Dee's chat now. So here, this is Miss Pie's channel. There. And Paula's there. Mustang has put Paula's channel. So if you want some great entertainment, Paula's channel, she does cool stuff like Taylor Swift videos, and I think she did a Bruce Springsteen and anything up to date in pop culture. Paula, oh, she does TV stuff too, like Stranger Things and all that cool stuff and movies. Paula is like a pop culture girl. So, and I know Paula knows her stuff because every time I type into chat, any chat we're in, if I type in something about a movie, she's the first one to jump in and say, like if I forget the name of an actor or something, Paula's always the first one to jump in and say who it is or the proper name. So she's great.
Okay, I'm pulling up Ms. Pie right now.
Oh, you're gonna watch her video? I haven't watched the latest one yet. I don't think it was just came out tonight. I think, or really, I don't know how long it is either. I didn't really check.
Well, we're gonna find out.
It's 6 minutes and 3 seconds. Yeah, she won't mind if we watch it. I'm sure. Because so everybody, we're gonna watch Miss Pie, and then you're gonna go there and watch all her other stuff and comment and say Shibby sent you because Miss Pie told me privately that if anybody comes and uses discount code Shibby, you're gonna get special treatment.
Damn, I
Very
didn't
special
see
treatment.
these yet either. We should watch all of them.
Yeah, watch the latest one first because it was just today. Wait, sorry, Dee? I'm gonna mute and go make. Sorry, I'm gonna mute and make a coffee while you're playing this. Okay? Okay, play now. Go. Yay, that was good, eh? That was one of our better ones for sure.
If you find yourself in chaotic situations often, you have to ask yourself,
Super creepy. Love it.
That was good though. Did you like it?
Oh, what's that? Yeah. That's me and that's you. Yeah.
I'm leaving comments underneath their video now, so when you guys get a chance, go on over there and tell her how much you liked it.
I want to show it to everybody. Let's see, over there. Okay, let's see. Show it. Look. Aw, look. That's Mommy in Valencia. And who's that? Trick or treaters?
Yeah. Yeah.
There.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome, V. Wow, did she make that?
Yeah, right now.
Oh my gosh.
Whoa. Okay, baby.
Oh, Dee, can you show her my little blue guy and get her to draw a picture of him? You know my little blue guy?
Your blue bag?
You know the blue guy holding a pencil, my emoji.
Oh yeah, I gotta see him in the YouTube.
I can send you a photo. I'll send you a photo. 'Cause I saved a good photo of him.
Oh, I remember what you're talking about now. The one that you made on your iPhone.
No, not mine. No. I'm surprised you remembered that because I forgot about that. No, my little blue guy holding a pencil. The emoji we use in chat.
You can't see
Our
him in
chat
the
emojis.
chat.
I'm gonna send you a photo in Discord.
Okay, send it to me. Yay! Okay, let's see what Gretchen's got going on there, and then we'll get back to. Oh, thank you guys. And then we'll get back to Miss Pie, Auntie Hebby. In the 80s, used to go trick or treating. Yeah, those are the good old days.
Actually, you know what? I can send you the one. I'll resend it. The one I made on my iPhone too.
Send it. Trying to get Gretchen's now. Let's see. Ooh, this is the whole video. Ooh, and it's on YouTube. What, Gretchen? This is awesome.
So, what are you guys talking about? The 80s? What happened in the 80s? Snoop stayed till Shibby comes back. Snoop.
Yes, Snoop popped in here.
Oh, where? In yours or mine? Oh my gosh. She came to mine. Snoop. Thank you. Snoop Sloof. Sorry, I missed you. I was making a coffee. Damn it. Is she gone? Snoop?
Yeah, she it was her first Halloween as a mom, so she was tired.
Oh,
all right, ready to
sorry, I missed you, Snoop.
Play Gretchen's video.
TJ, thank you. Wait, TJ, thanks for asking her to stay, but it's okay. So that's it. Is that Gretchen's house? Really? Oh my gosh. Wow. Holy crap, look at this. Gretchen, cool. Man, I didn't do hardly anything. I just hang a few little things up on the door. Oh, my outside lights, I turned them orange because I have light bulbs and I can control the color. I made my light bulbs orange outside. Was that Ozzy Osbourne? Wow.
It's super cool.
Gretchen. Gretchen's in here, right? Gretchen, great job.
So Ja was asking if we're really into Halloween over here.
Mm,
Whoa.
not me. I enjoy seeing other people enjoy it, but I don't go to this extent.
Holy crajoli. That's so cool.
But it is cute watching other people enjoy it. But
And watching other people set it up and then watching other people put it
yeah,
away.
yeah, that's just it. Imagine. I mean, I bet you, I guarantee you, Gretchen, when do you put that stuff up? Like the beginning of October? Like if it's up for all month, that's cool. But yeah, to just do one day, I guarantee you, Gretchen has it up all of October.
Oh, look at Ozzy. Huh? So
Gretchen,
cool.
when do you put this stuff up?
Wow.
Oh, in September. Yeah, that's perfect. Yeah, I think
Trick-or-treaters, hold on.
that's cool. Gretchen, you did a great job. Those are real pumpkins. Holy crap. Yeah, I guess you can't have them out too early. Yeah, they'll go bad. So how long are you going to leave them out for, Gretchen? Like till an extra couple days or something? When is Thanksgiving in USA? Because Thanksgiving here in Canada is the second Monday of each of October. So we had our Thanksgiving a couple weeks ago in Canada. Yeah, they go bad for sure. Eh? You guys do anything with all the stuff from the inside of the pumpkins? I love pumpkin pie. And I have pumpkin Cheerios. Pumpkin Halloween Cheerios.
Pumpkin Cheerios.
Yeah. They're pumpkin spice Cheerios. And I have chocolate Cheerios too, which are really good. And they're not too much sugar neither. They're perfect.
What do you mean you can't do all of that there?
Oh, the seeds, yeah. Oh, the seeds. I actually like pumpkin seeds. So you could dry. I guess you dry them out lightly, whatever that is, in the oven. You can put them on a big cookie sheet and dry them out in the oven at like 200. Sprinkle a little salt. I really love pumpkin seeds. They taste great. It's like a gigantic sunflower seed. And I think they taste really good when they're toasted. It's a bit of salt on them.
Is Halloween popular in Canada? Baby, my ear.
Oh yeah, yeah. I mean, Edie, Canada is the same as the USA. It's exactly the same. We have all your TV shows,
Question, okay,
all,
that was today's question.
all our cars. You know, just picture a little cleaner and friendlier and more polite, less guns, and better health care, and free dental, free prescriptions, you know, all that stuff. So it's exactly like the USA, just
Better.
we've tweaked a few things. And we get to pray to King Charles every morning. Yep, that's true. And we eat butterscotch pudding at every meal. That's true too.
Awesome. That was awesome. Thank you, Gretchen.
Way to go, Gretchen. Give her a cheer. Oh, you got no sound effects there? Don't you have any sound effects?
Shh, baby. Say again?
On that expensive computer, don't you have sound effects?
I'm on my old Mac. I mean, my old laptop. I don't know.
Is that a Mac also?
Yeah. It's,
How much did it cost you?
I don't remember. I think it was it 700 bucks? I don't remember.
Oh,
Too old.
okay.
This was like in 2019. This was in 2019.
Whoa.
So,
You know what? I actually have a Windows laptop that I've had since 2011, and I'm using it now still. One of my old laptops, and it still runs amazing. It's a Toshiba Quadcat. It's like a really high-end Toshiba from like 2011, and I just leave it running all the time. And I use it for my security cameras, and I watch YouTube videos on it and stuff, and it
it's
works
from
amazing.
2011? Wow.
Yes. You know why? I put it on those laptop coolers, and I have fans blowing on it and keeping it cool, and I take it apart and clean it every now and then, and it's amazing. It still works literally now. And it's Windows 7, and it stopped updating like 5 or 6 years ago, and it runs amazing.
Dang. This one sounds like it's good. I can hear the fans. It's overheating.
That's the thing with all my computers. I use those laptop coolers, but I also point extra fans at them, like full-size fans. I blow right on them because you really need to keep them cool. Because if they get too warm, they start underclocking, meaning they cut you down to like 50% speed. You know, they make it so it goes slower. It's underclocking. So you got to keep your stuff cool.
Here's a question. So for you two, what is a better laptop or tabletop computer?
I use those ones I sent you on Amazon, the mini PC. Just get a little mini
Well,
PC. It's like a square. It's just a tiny little square, and it has like 4 or 5 USB ports, and you can plug 3 or 4 monitors into it, and you plug in a Bluetooth mouse, and a keyboard setup, and it's a Windows 11 computer. It's amazing. Like right now, I have my mini computer. I have 3 52-inch monitors all plugged into it, and they're all separate. So I got you on StreamYard on one 52-inch, and I
that's what
got
I say to TJ. He will
my
say
chat is
TVs.
yeah. Use a 52-inch TVs and the HDMI cable and plug it in, and you don't need monitors. You use TVs, and then when you're not using them, you can use them for regular TV and stuff too.
But how do you type in the chat on the TV? You have to be on your phone or what?
On my computer, no, I have a computer. It's a computer. It's a Windows computer, and it has 4 USB ports on it. So in one of the USB ports, I put a wireless mic. It's a wireless mic. A wireless keyboard and mouse combo. So that's what I'm doing now.
Hey,
And there's
Goddess.
still extra USB ports. Hi, Goddess. She's in my chat. Yay. Hi, Goddess. Welcome. Ooh, you know what we could do after this? We could also watch the CrimeCON, the one that Criminality T put up. She put up just the video. Like,
Oh, I
we
did.
could
I
watch
saw
just,
that.
yeah.
It's like
She put up just. Oh, I know but it's really good. I mean, they say some really dumb stuff. Nick McLeland and Jerry Holeman. Yeah, it's infuriating. So you'll be able to pause, and we'll be able to rip on them for hours if you want to do that.
Okay, let me play
it'll be
Miss
fun.
right now.
Okay, go ahead. I'll mute.
Oh, but Gretchen,
What?
shall we link your channel here, Gretchen? Because I just.
I'll do that. I'll do that. You do this. I'll do that. Okay.
Okay.
I'll drop a bunch of links for everybody because they're being cool. Okay. You do that.
All right. Got it.
Are you ready for another horror flick? attractions. Happy Halloween. Are you ready for another horror flick?
Alright. Okay, so what happened, girl? I think we've seen them. I'll just put this one, which is their first one. It's less than 2 minutes, and then we'll go to criminality.
Don't worry, Mr. Sims. I look weird, but otherwise I'm real normal. Everything will be cool. Thanks a lot. See you next week.
For years, the world.
All right. Thank you to Miss Pie. That was freaking awesome.
Yeah, she didn't come say hi to us, but she was she did. I got a notification that she liked my comment that I made under her video. So, but that movie is called Mask, eh?
Yeah.
The one on screen. Eric Stoltz.
Share. Wait, where's Carol?
I don't know. I saw Mustang write down Carol, but I don't know. And Mandy, it's very nice to see you, Mandy, and I hope you come around and say hi to us more. We miss you.
Okay, we're gonna go to criminality now.
Do you want? Yeah, we don't have to watch. Don't watch theirs. Just the video she put up. She put up the video by itself. You know what I'm saying? It's only like 45 minutes long, so
Yeah.
don't watch like her live stream. The first hour, Goosey had technical difficulties and was updating her computer or something. Yeah, there it is. I'm sure that'll be fine because she always says it's okay, right?
Spatter expert took his own blood and did experiments, and it was the back of Libby's.
You wait.
Mommy, where's the trick-or-treaters?
Okay.
Yeah, this is awesome to watch. I mean, they say so much dumb shit. It's I mean, can I pause this at all or no? Because if you're gone, we're going to need to pause a million times and comment because these two bozos say some ridiculous stuff. Susan Hendricks says some stupid shit. I totally forget now. Susan Hendricks said something funny. When I remember, I'll jump in and tell you.
I wonder.
Mommy, where's the trick-or-treaters?
I don't know, baby. We have to wait for them, okay? Let me see if I can. I don't know how to give you like that permission.
Host? Make me a host?
Yeah, I don't know.
It's
I don't know
okay.
how to do that.
I mean, if you're going to be around, it's okay.
Yeah, I'll be around. The only place I'm going is gonna open the door and sit. Yeah.
Oh,
It's
you know what it was? I know what Susan Hendricks said that really annoyed me when they were talking about solitary confinement. Susan Hendricks jumped in and said, "Oh, well, he had an iPad, so it wasn't bad." What a fucking bitch, eh?
Listen.
Susan Hendricks, you're a horrible human, Susan Hendricks, for saying that a man 395 days in solitary, oh, because he had an iPad, it wasn't bad. Oh, I'd love to see you spend 3 days in solitary,
Hey, where's the
3 weeks, 3 months.
Can't find.
You're horrible, Susan, and I hope you hear this. I'm sure you're watching because you
Yeah.
had an iPad. That's
Freaking-
so horrible, isn't it?
That's because she. Shh, baby, you have to wait.
Don't make me cry.
That's because she's never had a hard struggle in her life. That's what I'm guessing.
Struggle. That's not like torture. That's torture. To be in solitary confinement, even if you are guilty of a crime, and picture being innocent and not even being charged yet. 2 days, 3 days in a small cell, let alone 395 days when the United Nations and the Geneva Convention and IDOC policy says 15 to 30 days is anything more than 15 or 30 days is unusual punishment. And he was in there for 395. These motherfuckers are mocking him and making fun of him and laughing because he's smearing his shit on the walls and jogging in place at 3 a.m. when they probably gave him his medications, his they probably gave him his morning medications at the middle of the night and fucked with him in the Halidol. Anybody who thinks that's okay is a fucking asshole. So fuck you, anyone who thinks that's okay. Go on. Sorry.
Should be getting spicy.
Ooh, was V there? I'm so sorry. V, Uncle Shibby didn't mean to
You
speak like
didn't
that
hear her
around you.
curse a little bit ago? You're fine.
Yes, but I'm sorry. V, you should only use those when you really need to. When your mom pisses you.
That many of us have heard and get. So
70,000 tips, and we had to go through all of them. And it took a lot of time and effort, but 69,999 of them weren't the one we were looking for. So once we got the one we were looking for, the team did a great job of collecting the facts and the evidence and presenting it to Nick and his team, and the rest is history.
And it's a question that many of us have heard and get. So I'll ask you, Nick, do you believe beyond a shadow of a doubt they have the right guy, that he was found guilty of the double murder? Do you believe you had the right guy, and why?
Yes, absolutely.
The evidence is there. He placed himself on the bridge. We're able to show that he is the man on the bridge. He's the last person that had contact with the girls. We're able to tie him to the crime scene. And then you have his confessions. And so I believe that he is the right guy. I believe the jury came down with the correct verdict, and he's guilty beyond a reasonable doubt.
And the bullet, talk about the bullet and the striations. I was there that day in court, and it was very technical for me, but I've heard it is, and I believe, almost like a fingerprint, the unspent bullet of striations in the bullet.
That's the way it was explained to me, that it's a fingerprint and they can match the bullet to a gun. I believe in the science. I sat through with the lab tech for many hours, and we talked and discussed how they get to that determination that the bullet matches the gun. And so I believe in the science, and so I believe that the bullet found there at the crime scene came from the gun that was owned by Richard Allen.
And if you could describe Delphi for those many people who haven't been, it is kind of like a quaint town like Pleasantville, and you're third generation.
Sure. Carroll County as a whole is only 20,000 people, a very rural community, a lot of farmers, blue-collar workers. Delphi, I'm not sure the population of Delphi, probably around 1,000 people in total in the city limits. Just a very small town, kind of Leave It to Beaver type of town, where everybody left their doors unlocked, left the keys in their vehicles, and just kind of that quintessential, small town. And where we kind of know everybody. It's not uncommon if somebody comes in the restaurant and we don't know them, that person probably is not from there or just moved there. It's just a very, very small town.
And did you go to the bridge in high school, or?
We did. It's been something that generations of teenagers have done, kind of a rite of passage. You would cross the bridge to kind of test your nerve, I guess, yeah, and you would walk across it. We'd take pictures off of it. We would sit on the platforms and hang our feet off and take pictures. It was just something that the kids in our area have done since I was a kid.
And did you both know, once you found out where this took place, that it had to be a local? Because it's difficult to kind of find your way and figure out where the bridge is.
I think there's a lot of theories out there. Maybe it was a drifter. But I think what stuck in my mind, a lot of the team's mind, was the way he walked across that bridge. It wasn't the first time that he'd been there. And I worked Carroll County for years, patrolled, and I never knew that bridge was there. I didn't grow up there, but I think most people that was heavily involved in the investigation thought it had to be somebody that's been out there before.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I feel the same way. It had to be somebody from our community or somebody that knew a person in our community and was taken out to the bridge, because it's not something that's easy to find. And Jerry's right, the way he was walking across, you could tell it's someone that had been across that bridge before. It's not their first time, because it is difficult to walk across it just because of the layout of the bridge.
Yeah, and the height of it.
Sure.
Let's talk about once Richard Allen was in custody and the interrogation video that was played in court, if you will, and how important that was. And I thought you did an excellent job, and it's key to point this out, because you were calm and you got him to say certain things or just respond to you.
I was calm
Towards the beginning.
towards the beginning, and that's how I start all my interviews. I try to give them the respect. I don't start amping up that until they do. But we met and we talked about the strategy. He'd already been interviewed technically twice. The third time, we just wanted to get some questions answered of, have you ever loaned your gun out? Build a little rapport with him. Have you ever loaned anything out? And then there came a time when we wanted him to take a polygraph. That's all been redacted out, right? So what everybody sees is just me being nice, and then all of a sudden I start yelling and screaming. But there was more to it. I asked him to take a polygraph. He said, no, I'm not taking a polygraph. I'm not helping you guys anymore. I asked his wife if she would take a polygraph, and she said, yeah, I didn't do anything wrong. And I said, well, you know, if you were innocent and I was asking you to take a polygraph, would you take a polygraph? And then that made him angry, and he started raising his voice and cussing at me, and then I returned that same enthusiasm to him. So I'm really not like that.
Well, the trial was a month long, so many exhibits, so many witnesses on the stand, your opening statements, your closing. I wish everyone could have seen that. I could tell the preparation level and what it meant to you to represent Abby and Libby, Nick.
Sure. I mean, it's something that I came in the office in January 1st of 2018, and the investigation, we were about a year into the investigation at that point. And so, you know, I lived it for 5 years before we made an arrest, and then for an additional 2 years preparing for trial and just awaiting trial. And so it's not something that you do at work and then you leave at work. It's just something you carry with you. And, you know, during the 5-year investigation, we would have meetings at least weekly, sometimes more often. I would get daily updates about tips that had come in, or someone they had talked to, or whatever the case may be. And so it's just something that was every part of my everyday life for 5 years. And so it's hard not to get emotionally involved in it or emotionally attached to it. And then when we got the arrest, you had another 2 years of trial preparation. And with that trial preparation came a whole nother box of problems. You know, dealing with the defense and answering some of these questions from the defense and just answering their motions and all those kind of things. It just became a whole nother can of worms.
Well, now that you bring it up,
deal with.
How did you get through the toxicity? Because it's unlike anything I've ever seen in terms of the anger and the vitriol. And I do want to point out what the superintendent, Doug Carter, did say right after the sentencing. There was a press conference and you saw clips of it, and he just said, where he said, tone down the rhetoric. What he also said was this wasn't a group think, meaning we disagreed. He even mentioned having an argument with Tobe Lesenby and the back and forth with you, Jerry. So it was open to discussion, of course.
Oh, absolutely. We learned a lot from this investigation, but we're not closed-minded. We're open-minded. We had a lot of people involved, and I've never worked with a prosecutor that's worked as hard as Nick and his team. And, you know, he was brought in late, but it was a blessing in disguise, I think, having him come on. But, you know, I lived it for 8 years, and I have to say, thanks to my family. So
it's been rough for you. The superintendent. Jerry's wife is in the front row. The superintendent mentioned how you gave up your life. I remember at that presser, he said, very angry, Jerry Holeman is not a liar, that he gave up years of his life, meaning dedicated your life to this, and became close to Mike and Becky, Anna, the entire family, Tara, Amanda, Kelsey. It's a relationship you'll have forever.
Yeah, the victims' families were great. They're very supportive. They had every opportunity to lose faith in us, but they knew that we weren't going to give up, and the communication with them was just phenomenal. You know, couldn't ask Mike Patty wanted to be a special deputy so he could come out and help us, but that's, you know, now that I have 8 grandkids, that's exactly how I would have been if I was in his shoes. I've tried multiple times to think, what would I do if I was in that situation? And you just can't do it. So you just got to refocus and say, okay, well, I'm in this situation and this is what we're going to do. We're not going to give up. We're going to follow the facts and the evidence. And when we get the right guy, we're going to present it to the prosecutor. And that's what we did.
It almost felt like 2 different worlds, the world of what I was seeing inside the courtroom with the evidence and what I was hearing and seeing, and then kind of the negativity online. And it's not just disagreement. It's not like, oh, are we sure about X, Y, and Z? It was just constant hate. And I'm hoping, I think, that it's just a small amount of people that keep talking over and over and over again. When I was talking to Nick about coming here, and he talked about the file. You have a file of people to look out for?
Yeah, I mean, this is the first case that I've ever dealt with that was nationally publicized and that has that on top of the social media kind of genre behind it. And so it was very new to me. I'd never dealt with anything like this. And you're right, I do think the negative people were a small portion of it, but they had a very loud voice, at least in my bubble, in our world that we dealt with. And, it's something that we would talk about at the weekly meetings. And Jerry's right. We had a good support group around us with my co-counsel between Stacey and James Luttrell, but also with Jerry and Tony Liggett and the family. We all kind of just used each other to support each other because there was a lot of negative rhetoric out there that was just simply not true. There was no fact checking, and it would just be, okay, what can we say that's going to get more clicks in the moment? How much can we sensationalize this to get people's attention? And whether it was true or not, they would just say it. There was no moral compass to see if it was correct or not, or even to back it up with any facts. It would just be, what can I say that is most hurtful because I know that is going to get more people to my website or my podcast or my YouTube channel.
And do you think the fact that the investigation was closed off, which I understand, you don't want to disrupt the integrity of the investigation, do you think it perpetuated that? Meaning, I remember the day there was an announcement, like finally an arrest, and Carter kind of prefaced it and said, you're not going to like what Nick has to say coming up here. And you said, this will be sealed, the probable cause affidavit. And I'm in the newsroom going, oh no, because that just fueled the flames up.
Sure. I got a lot of negative comments about that, and I knew I was going to, but my main concern was to make sure that the defendant had a fair trial and also that the state. And I firmly believe in FOIA, and I firmly believe in everyone's right to have access to public records, but not to the point where it compromises the integrity of a case. That is my sticking point. And if it means the public has to wait longer to get that information, then so be it. The most important thing to me in my world is to make sure that the state and the defendant have a fair trial in the courtroom. And I have to just put aside those public requests and those public wants because those aren't most important to me in that moment. It's making sure that everything that happens in the courtroom is fair and equal.
And you did say that it was sealed because at that particular time you weren't sure if there, in your words, other actors, because at that time you didn't know.
Yeah, we didn't have any evidence that there were any other actors, but it's always difficult for law enforcement and me specifically to close the doors on all avenues. I really don't like to be closed-minded or have a blinders on. We didn't know if someone else may have been with the defendant or someone else may have set up the meeting, or we just didn't know if there was something else out there. And to close the door on that just didn't make me feel right. And so I wanted to keep that open just in case we found additional evidence or the defendant wanted to come talk to us. No, we've never found anything that showed anybody else was involved except Richard Allen.
I also remember you saying there were days, and this was the announcement, I believe it was October 31st, 2022, that you'll remember forever. The day your kids are born, the day you buy your first house, and you said the day that Abby and Libby, of course, went missing, and the day that you had the probable cause that was enough to make an arrest. And we were talking yesterday, and I said, there was a probable cause with Ron Logan. But you said the investigation, of course, went on, and they looked into other people, but never enough for an arrest. No one could ever be tied to the crime scene,
sure,
except the man who was found guilty.
We interviewed thousands of people and served hundreds of search warrants or got consent to searches, and you know, we left no stone unturned. And the theory of, you know, we framed this guy, I mean, we looked at a lot of people that personally I would have, you know, they were bad people.
Right.
But the evidence did not lead us to get probable cause for an arrest, other than Richard Allen.
We have different burdens of proof in the legal world, and one of them is probable cause. And you have to have probable cause to make an arrest. You also have to have probable cause to have a judge issue a search warrant for property or for a phone or for a vehicle. But they're different in the sense when you're looking for probable cause for a search warrant, you're telling the judge, I believe there's evidence of a crime in this location, whether it be the phone, the house, a vehicle. And so that probable cause outlines the evidence that you've collected to establish why you think there's additional evidence in this place. In drug dealing cases, we always grab the phone and we search it because oftentimes drug dealers use their phone to contact their supplier, contact their buyers, and through training and experience, we know that that is typical. And so we get a probable cause for a search warrant to search that phone. That's different than probable cause, at least in my mind, for an arrest. For probable cause and arrest, you have to lay out the evidence that you have that this person committed the crime, how they're tied to the crime scene, how they're tied to the victims, whatever the case may be, for an arrest. So they're both probable cause, but they're different avenues and they're different. So because you have probable cause for a search warrant for somebody's house or phone or car does not mean you have probable cause to arrest them for a crime. They're just different. And so we did several probable causes for search warrants for various things, for hundreds of people. That is a tactic we use to investigate crimes. I would venture to say it's a tactic that the whole world uses to investigate crimes. Yeah. But that is different than probable cause for an arrest. The only probable cause we had for an arrest was for Richard Allen.
And it was the first time I was at a jury selection, and I was there, and I remember you saying, which is key, and it pertains to being at CrimeCon with all the new discoveries in genealogy and DNA. And you said part of your questions was, do you think it's going to be like the TV shows where it's you absolutely have to have that ties the person to it?
Sure. We're in a culture of the CSI effect, I call it, and there are multiple variations of the CSI show, and I would hope that everybody's seen at least one version of that show. But in that show, they have everything fits in a nice little package with a bow, right? They have fingerprints and DNA at the scene, and they have the crime on video a lot of times, and that's just not real world. There are a lot of times we have a crime where we don't have DNA, we don't have fingerprints. DNA is a lot harder to transfer to a point where you can get a good sample to establish a profile than what they show on TV. And so it's very, very rare, at least in my area of Indiana, that we have DNA tying a person to the scene. Much of our evidence is based on witness testimony, confessions from the defendant, physical evidence we find there besides DNA. And so it's just not, I always ask the jury, if you're expecting the state to have a nice little package with a bow on it like they do on TV, that's not reality. And if you have that expectation, you may not be the right juror for this case. You may be an appropriate juror for another kind of case, whether it be a civil case or some other kind of case. And so I always try to educate the jury that, you know, what you see on TV is not what you see in reality. We're also not going to have the crime, catch the killer, and have the trial all in an hour. It's just not going to happen. And so you just have to tell the jury that don't expect it to be like CSI, because it's just not.
And in every court case, as you know.
And because we're where we're at, there's a wonderful podcast called The Detectives.
Oh, and, yes.
I had to give them a plug.
Yeah.
They talk about reality versus Hollywood, and they explain everything that Nick just said.
Who's in it? You can introduce the stars.
Yeah, it's great. So,
who's in it, she said?
What's that?
Who's the star, if you could stand up?
Who's this? Who is it?
Yeah.
I can't say who it is.
Well,
it's The Detectives, Steve and Dave.
Yeah,
The Detectives, Steve and Dave.
Steve and Dave.
You can, whatever. I don't listen to podcasts, but I did listen to theirs. Probably get booed off the stage here now, but I did listen to some of theirs, and it's pretty good. So, but yeah, they do a good job of explaining exactly what Nick did. Nick does a great job of explaining things too. He's pretty much made me a apprentice attorney, I think.
Well, I was going to mention the relationship the two of you have. You could tell you're very close. And I know that you said he was so prepared in giving you tips. And they were talking about yesterday how Jerry would turn on the stand or move in your chair.
There's a couple people reminded me of that. Good thing these don't swivel, but Nick and I do have a great relationship, but I do have to clear the air. I have never kissed Nick McLeland. Was
that a rumor?
There was media saying, I don't know who said it, but the truth is,
when the verdict came down?
Yes.
I said, Nick, I'm so happy after the verdict came out, I'm so happy I could kiss you. And he said, don't. And no means no, so I gave him a hug, and we moved on.
That's right. Jerry and I are very close when you're forced to be in a room together for several hours on end. It's just we became more brothers, and we would talk to each other like brothers. And so he's right. The first time he was on the stand, our chair in our courtroom, the witness chair, it's a very old courtroom. It's very beautiful, but it's very old, and the furniture in it is probably just as old as the courtroom. But the chair swivels and it kind of rocks. And he did fine for about the first 10 minutes of me questioning him, and then he started to kind of swivel like this. And by the time the defense got to him, I mean, it was distracting. And so we had a little chat after his first time testifying. I said,
In every trial, there's highs and lows, and one day may feel like a win, and one day may feel like a loss.
sure.
Did you feel that during the trial?
You always feel lulls.
Yeah.
Again, this is the longest trial I've ever done. I've done a 2-week trial. I've done a 2.5-week trial. This is the first one I've done that was a month. And this is the first one I've done with the amount of evidence that there was to present to the jury. And there's just lulls in that. And one of the biggest hurdles we had to come up with as a team between Stacey Diener, James Luttrell, and I is the order of witnesses, and how are we going to keep the jury, how are we going to keep their attention and engaged in the evidence? Because when you get to DNA evidence, ballistic evidence, a lot of it is scientific material and a lot of it is kind of dry. And you have to educate the jury, this is what we're talking about, and then explain the evidence we have. And so there are lulls in there in the trial. For me personally, I'm always going through the trial and saying, okay, did that hit the jury as hard as it hit me when I read that piece of evidence? Did that influence them as much as it influenced me? There was a lot of talk about the first interview with the defendant and when his wife was brought in. The second interview when his wife was brought in and the reaction that she had to him. That hit me different than it hit other people. And so you're always wondering, how does this evidence affect the jury and what are they thinking?
I know you never really know exactly their thoughts, but I thought, which was so interesting and I thought so helpful, was that they were able to ask questions. So did you feel like that kind of gave you an indication?
Yeah, that's a benefit we have in Indiana. I'm not familiar with other states, whether they allow that or not, but in Indiana, we allow the jurors to ask questions. So after each witness, the jury can ask questions, and then those questions, they're put in writing, they're given to the judge. The judge will have a sidebar with the attorneys and say, okay, do you object or consent to these questions? If an attorney objects, then we have argument outside the presence of the jury. If not, the judge will ask the questions of the witness, and the witness will answer. In Indiana, it's a good gauge for me to say, okay, what are the jury focusing on? What are they, or where did we maybe not hit the mark? If they have questions about like the ballistics and the striations, if they have questions about that, okay, maybe we need to go a little bit more into that. After the juror questions are asked, the defense and the state then have additional opportunity to ask the witness questions so you can follow up on the juror questions. I think it does a couple things. I think it shows the juror that you're listening to what they're asking and allows you to react to that, but it also allows you to clean up something you may have missed. So the juror questions to me are hugely important.
That's an excellent point. And I think when a trial is long and it drags on, some people can forget what it really is about, which was Abby and Libby. I know last night we went through kind of your preparation for the trial and the slides, and you do, if they could show the last picture of Abby and Libby, there it is on Snapchat.
Not the very last picture, but this is the picture of Abby and Libby on the way to the trails, and it has got some kind of key points on there. It's February 13th of 2017. We were able to get this from Libby's phone, and she posted this to Snapchat. The phone is really, really a big piece of evidence. It was able, like I said, to give us those GPS markers and those kind of things. And we talk about, this is where, I don't have a laser pointer, but the bridge is actually in the lower right-hand corner of this map. And it's.
I asked you, why didn't you want the jurors to go there? And you brought up a great point of, you didn't know about the terrain in terms of their safety.
The terrain's pretty treacherous where that's at. I was worried about someone tampering with the jury on the way there, on the way back, or while they were out there. I just didn't think the benefits of having them visit the scene outweighed the risks. And so I objected to it. I didn't think it was a good idea. And so the jurors didn't go out there. We had enough pictures of the area and of the crime scene that I thought we could do just as good a job by showing the pictures and the things that we had. But this is a map we used that kind of showed the overall trail system. And again, I don't have a pointer and it's hard to see, but you can see the bridge is within the wooded area, and it's just a very rural area. And so
I thought that you were able to show that through the pictures, since it was, the jurors were not from Delphi, but they were brought in, so the trial was.
That was a hurdle we had to get over. The probable cause makes a lot more sense once you know the layout of the terrain and the area. And if you have jurors from Delphi, you can tell anybody in Carroll County the high bridge, and they're going to know where it's at, the terrain, the landscape. They're going to know all of that because it's something that everybody in our county knows. We had to explain that to people who had never been to Carroll County before. And so it was a hurdle in itself just to explain to them, this is where this happened, and this is a remote area, and it's in the middle of the woods, and there's not good cell phone reception, and all these kind of things. We had to educate them about that as well.
And Jerry, it took almost 6 years. Were there times that you thought, oh my gosh, could this go unsolved? Were there moments?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, the day we were down there at the bottom of the hill, the very first day, my mindset was, we're going to solve this by the end of the week, because we do that a lot. But then after week 2 and 6 months and then a year and then 3 years, but the mindset was, we're not going to give up. We're not going to quit on Abby and Libby and their families. And we had to sacrifice a lot. We went through COVID. We went through a lot of things. A lot of tragic events happened within our departments. We had 2 Carroll County deputies die on the line of duty. We had a state trooper die on the line of duty. We had, all of us had to put that aside and continue to focus on it. So, it goes through your mind, but our mindset was, we're not going to give up. It's not a cold case because we kept getting information. And thanks to the family for coming to CrimeCON and going to festivals and continuing to put the story out there, we were able to continue getting information, good, leads to follow up on. But yeah, it definitely goes through your mind, but we don't quit.
And soon I'll open it up to questions, but I get this question the most. If you could clear up the tip that Dan Doolin got and what happened with that?
Well, Dan Doolin took the tip, I think it was on February 18th or maybe 19th of 2017. 17th, okay. And it was processed, and somewhere along the line, nobody knows who, somebody wrote lead cleared on the tip. It was filed under Richard Allen Whiteman, but that really doesn't matter. The name it was filed under doesn't matter, right? It's just in a different drawer within the drawers. The real problem is somebody wrote on it lead cleared. Don't know who wrote that, don't know when it happened, but then it got tucked away in the cleared leads section. And in sometime, I think in 2020, probably 2021, we decided as a team, okay, we need to go back to the beginning. Mm-hmm. Let's recheck everything, because we all believed it was somebody local or somebody that visited Carroll County often. And so we always thought that we probably have interviewed the person already and we just missed something. And so we decided to go all the way back to the beginning, and Kathy Shank was heavily involved in that. And we did that. We went back to the beginning and looked at every tip again. And when we got to that tip, she said, look, I'm familiar with Kathy Shank. I'm familiar with this case enough that I know we haven't followed up with this guy. And he puts himself on the bridge at the time the girls went missing. We got to talk to this guy. And that's kind of what got the ball rolling.
And for those who don't know, Kathy Shank was going through the files, I believe. You were moving from one building to another.
We had moved several times just because of space allocation. We were at the city building, they did some remodeling, we moved to another building, and then we finally moved to our last location. And in the process, stuff had just been thrown in boxes, some of stuff.
Yeah.
And she would go through and organize those boxes when she had time, and that's what she was doing. She was going through these various files, organizing them, verifying them, making sure we had followed up on them, and then she found that tip sheet.
Yeah, saying, wait a minute.
She did that on multiple people. She would bring us tips, and we'd go back, and sometimes we had found that maybe we didn't get the report up there and copied, or maybe some people didn't do reports, so we'd go back and re-interview people.
Yeah.
She did that all the time for years.
Yeah.
And then, so it's important. Everybody's like, oh, lost tip. It wasn't lost. It was there. It was just labeled.
And going back to the trial, did you think he would take the stand, Richard Allen?
I was a defense attorney for a long time before I was prosecutor. It's always a difficult decision to decide whether or not to have your client testify.
Were you ready if he did?
Absolutely. I mean, I had expected that he might, and so the last thing you want to do is not prepare and go in there and then he testifies. So I was prepared. I had a list of questions I was going to ask him. They were tough questions. They were going to be tough questions. He was going to have to explain to the jury some of these things that we had found, but he decided not to take the stand, and that's his absolute right. Every defendant has a Fifth Amendment right not to take the stand, and he decided not to, and that was his decision.
And for most of your trials, what is the relationship between the prosecutor and defense attorneys, and is this vastly different?
So I am a prosecutor in a very small county. It's only me and a chief deputy prosecutor, and there's only 2 prosecutors in the county that prosecute all the criminal cases that come through that county. We also have a finite set of defense attorneys. I think right now there's maybe 4 or 5 defense attorneys in the county, and you deal with those defense attorneys on a daily, Monday through Friday daily basis, and you deal with them on several cases. And so it's not advantageous to be confrontational with each other every day because you have so many cases to work through. If you did that, you wouldn't get anything done. And so there's a mutual respect between defense attorneys and prosecutors in the small communities. I can't comment on the bigger cities like Denver or Indianapolis or those kind of bigger cities, so I don't really know about that. But in our small community, when you have to work with somebody every day, it's just not a good thing to be at each other's throat all the time. This was vastly different. This was confrontational from the very first hearing after we had a meeting in judges' chambers, and the defense went out and talked to the press after they said they weren't going to. And so from that point on, it just became vastly different, and it became confrontational. Everybody that's followed the case has seen it within the motions, both filed by me and by the defense, and the responses to the defense motions that I filed. I would try to stay above the fray, but it's difficult sometimes not to get a little bit chippy when the defense is accusing you and your team of being evil and corrupt and all these kind of things, when you know it's not true. And so this was a new experience that I had. I'd been confrontational with attorneys, and I fully expect a defense attorney to be confrontational with me in the courtroom, to zealously advocate for their client. I expect that. If you didn't do that, I would have questions. And so I expect that, but I expect it to be professional, and I expect it to stop once we get to the courtroom door and leave. And it just didn't happen that way here. It just became kind of mudslinging, and it was just something I had never experienced with any other case, on the defense or the prosecution side.
Absolutely, I saw it. And Jerry, you followed the gag order. That was important to the investigation, and Superintendent Carter mentioned that after the sentencing, saying, we followed the gag order, they did not. What were your thoughts on the, I believe it was kind of disguised as a Frank's memo, but I think it was breaking the gag order with the odious theory. That was still investigated by you both.
Yeah, I mean, apparently the defense attorneys can say whatever they want, and we're not supposed to retaliate, but we investigated the ritualistic killing theory. All the people that the defense team wrongfully accused, we thoroughly investigated them. We had a 3-day hearing where they attempted to say, we want to use this third-party defense, and they couldn't. They couldn't even put half the people they wrongfully accused in Delphi. And we tried. I mean, we followed up on every tip very thoroughly, documented it. Sometimes we go back a couple years later and re-interview people, and there was just no evidence indicating that. And the whole blood on the tree, everybody's like, oh, somebody intentionally put that. No, our crime scene investigators told us it was blood transfer the first day. And it was not smear or anything like that. There's some blood spatter on the lower part of the tree, which they don't talk about that. But, you know, Pat Cicero, the blood spatter expert, took his own blood and did experiments, and it was the back of Libby's hand that she was trying to stop the bleeding from her neck, fell into the tree, and that caused that upside down L. But the tent on the tree and all that, so people jumped on that and was like, no, that's not true. And the sticks were laid on the left side of the girls. Well, what's on the left side? The driveway to Weber's house.
Yeah.
And so he's trying to hide them. And it was clear to us, the evidence clearly indicated that it was not. But we reached out to professors, we reached out to other people, we had multiple investigators look into it, and there was just no evidence proving that was a theory.
Hearing him on the phone with his wife and mother was so, I thought, to hear that. He did not sound like he was out of sound mind. I do want to allow time for questions, but when you bring up Libby, that was for the families to be there every single day. Hear that stuff? If you could, Nick, end with what you did in your closing argument in terms of talking about Abby and Libby and how essentially what they did.
Sure. I really enjoy doing closing statements. It's an opportunity to summarize the evidence that you've presented at trial. And in Indiana, the state of Indiana will get to make a closing statement. The defense then gets to make a closing statement, and then I get to do what they call a rebuttal statement. I don't know if they do that in other states. I don't know if they do that here or not, but that's the way it is in Indiana. And so the first closing statement I always use as a way to review all the evidence, and that became hugely important in this case because you're talking about evidence that we presented over a 3.5-week period. And so it was an opportunity for me to summarize what I think are the pillars of our case. That Richard Allen's bridge guy, that his bullets at the scene, and the confessions. Those were kind of the 3 pillars that we had of our case. And so it's an opportunity for me to emphasize the importance of those 3 pillars. Then the defense gets to make their closing, and then I get to talk to the jury one last time. And I wanted to make sure that last time I talked to the jury that the focus is taken off of Richard Allen and put back on the girls. It was important to me for the jury to remember we had talked a lot about him being confined in solitary confinement and how, the defense said that was torture and that was bad, and the defense painted him as the victim. I wanted to make sure that we refocused and made sure the jury knew that Abby and Libby were the victims, not Richard Allen. And I wanted to...
I know they were both interested in forensics and crime solving, and Nick said it so poignantly, saying they did solve their own crimes.
Yeah. It was something that Becky had told us. I can't remember if it was in trial prep or just through talking with her, that Libby wanted to do something in the criminal justice world and wanted to help solve crimes for other people. And so that kind of struck me as, that's ironic that she is the one that helped solve her own crime. And so I thought it was important just to show the jury that phone video and the evidence on the phone that Libby was able to collect and that Abby was able to hide, that if we didn't have that, I'm not saying we would never solve the crime, but our starting point would be way further than what it was. With that video, we were able to have a place of where the crime occurred. We had what I like to call anchors in time. Mm-hmm. We knew the video was taken at 2:13. That's an anchor. We know the phone stopped moving at 2:32. Mm-hmm. Now we have anchors or bumpers within which the crime occurred. That is a huge leap. You're not looking at a 24-hour period. You're looking at a 14, 15, 35-minute period. It just narrows it down, and without that, our starting point would have been further away than we were at. So it's just a huge piece of evidence, and for them to be able to, Libby to take that video. I mean, imagine the fear that you have. A strange man is following your best friend across the bridge, and you can hear the fear in the voice in the video from Abby. To have the wherewithal to pull your phone out and to hide it in a way that he doesn't immediately see it or see that you're videoing it. And then to put it in your pocket and then, for it to be hidden by Abby, for us to be able to find it. It's huge.
And it's time now for questions. If you want to come up to the mic and just say your name and ask the question.
Yeah.
Hi, thank you so much. I'm over here. Thank you so much.
Yes.
Thank you for everything you sacrificed and for being really class acts throughout the entire process that we all watched you go through.
Thank you.
I remember at one point prior to trial, during maybe some pre-trial hearings, that there was discussion about a lot of video and audio that was either overwritten in the beginning of the investigation. Can you shed light on that, and how did you handle that?
I can talk about it real quick.
Go ahead.
So yeah, we had some technical difficulties, but we make mistakes all the time, and we do our best to correct those mistakes. So what we did was we went back, tried to identify which videos were overwritten, and if there was a written report that memorialized the interview, and we were good with that, then we took that and used that. If not, we would try to track them down and re-interview them, and we did that with a majority of the people that and some of them were just, the audio didn't work, the video worked, but we did our best to correct that mistake. And we do that all the time. Like I said, we make mistakes all the time, but we go back.
Well, I don't think you make mistakes all the time. I don't want to go down that road, but
I do.
I think this happened in 2017, so I wasn't the prosecutor then. I was a defense attorney then, actually. But from what I know, when the crime occurred, there were multiple people from multiple different agencies that wanted to come in and help. Everybody wanted to do what they could to help. This really rocked our community, and I think it rocked surrounding communities. I think if you talk to prosecutors and members of communities surrounding ours, I think it really hit home with them too. And so we had people from agencies that had never been in our community before using equipment that they'd never used before. And there was nobody in the beginning said, okay, this is how you use the equipment in this area, this is what you do, this is what you don't do. And so I think that is part of it too, that you just had a lot of unfamiliar people working equipment, but you also had so much information coming in, tips. In the beginning, tips were coming in, thousands by the day.
And Jerry, I heard you say, like, technology. It works sometimes.
It works.
I want to get to the next question.
Well, thank you for catching him. This crime was so heinous, it's hard to believe it was his first time killing somebody. Is he being looked at for other crimes that may have happened in the area?
We don't have any evidence of that, and it's really not as unusual as you think for somebody to commit a brutal murder and then have no criminal history. It just happened in Idaho, right? No criminal history at all. And so it's not as uncommon as we think. It's weird for us to think that because we're normal people, right? And doing something that heinous would rock and affect us in a way that is abnormal. And so it's hard for us as normal people, I'll say, to quantify that, okay, someone who has no criminal history, no history of using drugs can just go out and do this. But it happens more often than you think.
Go ahead. Thank you.
Yes, can you please shed some light on how you came to the second composite sketch, and if that in any way sidelined perhaps the investigation when it appears that Richard Allen may have actually appeared more like what was put forth in that first sketch?
I wasn't the prosecutor when the sketches were done, unfortunately. But
Jerry, you're up now.
Yeah, we talked about, the first sketch was out there before I became prosecutor, so it was already out there. The second sketch, we were kind of an open team for any ideas. Okay, what can we do next? We would meet weekly. What are we going to tackle this week? What leads are we following up on? And we were advised by, I can't remember who, we advised that,
Carter, I think.
Was it Carter? That we should release the second sketch. It may generate some additional tips.
I'm sorry,
so
I thought
that's what we did.
Yeah.
Whether or not it derailed anything, I don't know.
Yeah.
I think the big derailment in my mind is that on the tip for Richard Allen, it was lead cleared. I don't think it was the sketches or anything. Had we had that and followed up with him back in 2017 and perhaps grabbed his phone, this might have been a more open and shut case because we might have had more evidence.
Yeah, with Carter, he said, remember, it's not a photograph. That's what I was going to say.
Sure.
And if you're younger, you may think he looked older, I remember.
Yeah, and the thing about sketches is it's the depiction of that person. Eyewitnesses that aren't thinking that they're seeing somebody that committed a crime are going to give you different descriptions. So we just wanted to make sure, we believe that's the same guy. We know for a fact that they saw the same guy. It's just the way they depict
And interpret it. Okay. You're
So-
Go ahead.
Hi. I also just wanted to add, I think it's very admirable, the sacrifice that you've made for your family and your communities as well. I just had a quick question. So as a consumer of this case, all across the board, it seems to be there's about 5 big pillars of evidence that go against Richard Allen. That would be him, the bullet, bridge guy video, the blue jeans, and him owning a Carhartt as well, putting himself at the bridge, and the jailhouse confessions as well. Are there any other, as viewers, any other details of the case, especially when it comes to forensic evidence, that we're missing, or would you say those are the big 5 pillars that pointing the finger at Richard.
Yeah, I think you hit the nail on the head. I think those are the big points. What we put out in the trial is what we thought were the pillars of the case, and whether you group it in 3 or 5, whatever you want to do, I think the fact that he is bridge guy, I mean, that's a huge pillar.
That was his alibi.
He puts himself there. There's nobody else on the trail. He's the guy on the video. The fact that the bullet is found at the crime scene between the 2 girls, and so it ties him to the crime scene. And that's all we had in the probable cause, and I believe when we filed the probable cause, that was enough. Because there's nobody else on the trail. He's tied to the crime scene. He's the last one to see the girls. He's the guy. The confessions were something we gathered at the end, and I think those just added to what we had.
And I want to get in one more question. Thank you. Or
Yeah,
two
this
more,
is
maybe.
be a popular one. I may have a follow-up, depending on your answer.
Sure.
In your years of experience in law enforcement and practicing law, criminal law, how many pretrial detainees, how many innocent, under the presumption of innocence, pretrial detainees get held in a state prison as opposed to a county jail?
More than you think. If they have severe medical issues, if they're particularly troublesome in our little jail. Again, I'm in a very rural community, so my answer may be different than someone, say, in Denver or Indianapolis. But our jail was very, very small with very, very limited resources. And so if someone is a high maintenance prisoner, where they have medical issues, Richard Allen is a high risk, it is not uncommon for us to move them to the DOC. And so it's not, it's not every person, but it's not uncommon either in the world that I live in.
Thank you.
Yeah.
And it wasn't solitary confinement.
Go ahead. Go ahead. He had an iPad.
Hi, congratulations on the verdict. I currently work for a federal court, and handle 2254s and 2255s, so I assume you know what direction my question's going. It's 3 parts. Number 1, was counsel appointed or retained in this case? Number 2, have any post-trial motions been filed or a notice of appeal? And number 3, do you anticipate ineffective counsel being raised in a 2254?
You want me to take that one?
No.
And why did he, I have one, why is he in Oklahoma? Do you know why they moved him?
So the counsel were appointed. 2 public defenders were appointed to him.
Yeah.
And so we're running out of time, but they were removed at one point. And they took the case to the Supreme Court of Indiana to be put back on. They were removed because crime scene photos were leaked from their office. And that was a breach, in my opinion, of the gag order and of the discovery protection order. They were removed. They went to the Supreme Court of Indiana. The Supreme Court of Indiana put them back on as public defenders. So the fact that the Supreme Court of Indiana put them back on, I think that negates their argument for ineffective assistance of counsel. Now, will the appellate counsel are different than the trial counsel, and that's not uncommon in Indiana. Will the appellate counsel bring that up? I don't know. There is an appeal pending. They've asked for extensions to file the appeal brief, and they just got another extension, I believe. And so the appeal brief has not been filed, so we don't know what arguments they're going to make in the appeal. But that's kind of the short answer.
Thank you.
Go ahead.
Hi, I'm actually here from Fort Wayne, Indiana, so obviously this was on my news constantly.
Sure.
And I just, as true crime consumers and people who are advocates for these victims and stuff, what advice would you give to civilians and loved ones who want fast answers, fast resolution, but may not fully understand the complexities and the difficulty of investigating and getting the right answer?
You want? I think I wasn't being facetious in the press conference when I said there's no dumb tips, but there's bad tips. If you call in and say, "Hey, my buddy's friend I met last week did it, but I don't have his name, I don't have his number, I can't tell you what he looks like," that's a bad tip, right? That gives us nothing to go on. And so,
Sasquatch is under the bridge.
well, that too, yeah. So, there's bad tips like that, but I think my advice to the general public would be, if you have information, give as much information as you can. The last thing you want to do is hurt the investigation by doing your own investigation. And so my tip would be, if you have information, you want to hand that over to law enforcement and give them as much as you can. I understand wanting fast answers, but unfortunately, I think that's more of the CSI effect culture that we're in. Sometimes things just don't happen as quickly as we'd like.
Well, I do want to end with thanking the CrimeCON community. I know how much you mean to the families and to law enforcement here, and how you're always, we prepare for the worst with the questions, but I knew the CrimeCON community is always so empathetic and loving, and I appreciate it. And thank you.
Well, if that wasn't a crack of shish kebabs.
Stein leaves home and
That was
disappears.
pretty wild, eh?
She went missing in mid-July, and Aurora police say
I'm
So
surprised you didn't stop
Spattered
more to
expert.
complain.
surprised I didn't stop to complain.
Yeah, because I mean, it's probably better we didn't get it over with because it is infuriating. Like just that whole thing. It's so insensitive to say that a man is in solitary and because he's got an iPad, it's no big deal. Like even if he killed 100 people, I mean, he's still a human. Like I know people want to, but we don't do that. You know, civilized countries don't do the same thing in return. Because if we did, why don't we just put a guillotine and chop his head off? Or can I say that? I don't even know if I. Why don't we
Yeah.
just do, why don't we just put him out in the street like they do in Egypt and or in Iraq and start blowing them away and stuff? Like, why bother housing them? Because we're supposed to be better than that. And to
And
think that,
yeah, maybe he had a tablet, but how often do those things go out? How often do they turn them off? How much money do they have to pay just to do anything on
but
there?
again, you're minimizing. I mean, you're being kind to them, which I understand. You're saying great points, but I mean, that is sadistic. That is so disingenuous and mean, and just that's a horrible garbage human would think that that's okay. That they give him an iPad and solitary is no big deal, especially an innocent until proven guilty citizen on pretrial detainment. That is just sadistic and sick, and you're a garbage human if you think because the guy's got an iPad that solitary confinement for 395 days when the United Nations, the Geneva Convention, the rest of the world, and IDOC policy says maximum 30 days and anything else is unusual punishment. You're a garbage human if you think that's okay, especially because he's got an iPad. Excuse me.
Well, they don't. The prisons just suck. They also don't answer to the Geneva Convention. You know, they like to do their own thing. It's just ridiculous. Indiana's the worst.
Right? But even IDOC policy is 30 days.
Yeah, but they don't stick to their own policy.
Right. And so on the trial, on the stand, the guards admitted to violating multiple policies. The Gallipo admitted to violating multiple policies by the guards did it with their patches and all that stuff, and Gallipo did it with allowing the S companions to talk to Richard Allen and other things. Walla did it by admitting she accessed social media and did other things that were against their policy. That right there are basically a policy is a law that they don't have laws for because it's inside their policies. So basically, those are all civil rights violations. So every IDOC employee or contractor admitted on the stand to violating Richard Allen's civil rights, and they could still use all that evidence. How is that even possible? Ooh, ooh, ooh. Can we talk about the other thing? Did you hear him say that um, that the BG put the sticks on the left side of their bodies to cover them from Weber's driveway? Like, OMG. I never heard that before. Like, just saying that bodies were covered with sticks to cover them at all was ridiculous enough. He took it one step further and said that on the left sides of their bodies, it was to block the angle from Weber's driveway. Like, how fucking dumb is that? This guy's this
That's the
guy.
first I've
How is
heard
he
of
even got a
that.
job? Did you not hear him say that?
Yeah, but
Wow.
that's the
Yes.
first I've heard of him say that. Like, I never heard
Right.
anybody say that in the trial or anywhere else.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. Because a couple times they did say that, oh, it was to hide them. But I mean, okay, so whatever. If it was to hide them, or if it was Odin, or if it was like posing like really Odin, or if it was staging like misdirection of Odin. Either way, the the killer touched those branches, and they took them off the girls and did send them for any animal and that to be analyzed. Like the killer would likely have had blood, his own blood on them, or DNA. And I also believe there was a lot more than obviously having them nude at any point is sexual in nature, but I believe there was much, much more sexual stuff, and they're just not saying that to people to protect their, I guess, dignity as much as they can and their legacy and their memory, and not. I believe that they withheld a lot of info and didn't tell us because I'm a 52-year-old guy, and if I were a murderer and I were murdering, I mean, there's going to be something other going on, like a whole lot of other stuff. If I got dead females and I'm into that and I'm murdering people, I'm not saying it's me or it's reasonable or I agree with it or anything, but in my mind, when a man or men murder and have naked females, children, whatever it is, if they're into and they're doing all that, there's going to be much more, unfortunately, than what they admitted to or said, in my opinion. Is that bad? Sorry.
No, that's not bad. It's that was probably another thing to CYA because there's no DNA of Rick's, right? So if they talk about, oh yeah, there was some type of SA, then there's more of a chance there's gonna be DNA.
Oh, for sure, yeah, because these guys they're not wearing condoms if they're doing stuff. And come on, like, I understand it. We don't need to know heavy details of stuff, but I honestly believe that they withheld the truth. And I mean, picture, even if it's just one guy or three guys, like, how do you put it sensitively without being, I don't want to be crude or insensitive or disrespect the girls' memories, but they're doing more essaying than what was said, in my opinion. I honestly believe that, unfortunately.
Yep, most likely. And it was just great how Nick the Prick compared. No, wait, was it Nick or was it Susan Stupid Hendricks that compared Brian Koberger to Rick Allen? Did you hear that?
Oh yeah, yeah. Susan Hendricks. Oh, you know what? T and Goosey were talking about. They believed that Susan Hendricks had uh, talking points that she needed to get out and was just saying stuff because they also noted in T's chat, and I believe it was Teresa and Goosey, or probably Goosey, noted that they um, they said a lot of talk like buzzwords, talking points, but didn't address it. So it's like they had to get them out there in the ether kind of thing.
What do you mean? Who had to get them out there?
Susan Hendricks and even Jerry and Nick would have to like they had words they had to get out there, like topics and like talking points that were agreed upon beforehand that were needed to be covered. So you hear Susan Hendricks jumping in probably with a list of them written down, and she peppers them in every now and then, even in totally unrelated things, and she peppers in some very important things that they don't discover, that they don't even acknowledge she says or talks about, you know, like, so that's why Goosey and Teresa believed it was talking points, like, they had to cover certain words and get them all in. She peppered them in, and some very important words if you went back. But I don't think we should obviously rewatch. But anyways, I believe it's correct.
Well, yeah. They get their buzzwords and they repeat them as much as possible, or like they're like what was it? Doug Carter, wasn't he the one saying, "Yeah, he was in solitary." He was in solitary, but he had an iPad. He was treated so good. And then there's Susan Hendricks. Oh, but he had an iPad.
Right,
Like they try to
right.
repeat and repeat the same lies.
Like the up, like whoever is in charge of all this, like the up and ups, or even Jerry or whoever gave her a sheet and said, "I need you to mention these," and because I know she jumps in a few times when it's totally unrelated, and throws a couple things in, and then they're very important topics, and the two of these guys don't even bother to acknowledge what she said. So they're obviously talking points that they're saying, "Hey, you know, get these words in there, so we can spin our narrative and all that bullshit." It's very disingenuous.
Mm-mm-mm. What hard
But that
question?
sorry,
No, I was just gonna answer that. But go ahead, Shimmy.
which question? I get,
I
whose
put it on the
question?
screen.
Who? I can't see it. TJ's?
TJ said Susan asked some hard questions, but what do you,
Oh,
I don't. What do you mean? Please elaborate.
I think she's being facetious, sarcastic.
Okay, that's what I was thinking too.
TJ, come on. TJ's obviously being sarcastic. Dee Dee, get with the program.
Hey, sometimes I need things spelled out for me because I can't tell sarcasm all the time.
So Dee Dee, does you guys in chat, do you have any comments about the video or any questions, or do you want to replay any certain points? Because like, how furious are you guys hearing them just sit there and bullshit and seeing them sit in little baby chairs and Nick's uh, skinny pants with his stuffed undies, his Timu undies? You know, how furious are you guys?
Oh my god. Yeah, his padded undies.
But I mean, for me, the the um, the comment about the iPad from Susan Hendricks is, I think that's one of the most callous things I've ever heard a person say in 20 years. That is callous. That is cold, sadistic, and mean, and lacking such empathy. A human being, it's no big deal. He's in solitary as an innocent until proven guilty guy. It's no big deal because he's got an iPad and he's in 395 days of solitary confinement. 365 days normal than the whole world and every policy or rule states. Oh my God. How do you sleep at night, Susan? You're horrible.
Yeah, that's why she's besties with Lauren. They think just alike.
Oh, I don't think we should be talking about her.
Oh, sorry.
We've already
Sorry.
it's okay. I mean, I think we've already infuriated enough people by showing them this. If you want to add her to it, you're gonna really piss people off, because I think people are
It's the
seeing.
naivety. It's
I
the
mean,
naivety.
whatever. So, you guys type in chat. I'm gonna read them now. Oh, TJ just wanted to hear me in real time. Hey, TJ, how's it going? You like hearing Shibby? And Carol, Nick's tight Wrangler, Peter Stranglers. She asked about the lost tip. Oh, and I'll read your chat. Uh, Paula said, "Hi, trial junkie." Hi, Paula. Why wasn't the trial more publicly broadcast? That's JP. So you answered that for JP. JP, because Gull didn't allow cameras. Because no cameras, no wonder. Look what they got away with. Great point, just reporting. Yeah, because that's like no cameras. goes to my theory also. They had to keep control of the narrative. And like all the evidence they didn't bother collecting and all the vague descriptions, the less evidence you have, the easier it is to spin a narrative. The less descriptions you have, the more suspects you have. I mean, really, they like with those three different descriptions. They didn't want to talk about it at trial because their three witnesses all saw different people, and not one of them could point to Richard Allen in a court of law. No wonder they didn't want to talk about the sketches in court in trial.
Okay, I want to take this fat effer off the screen here.
Yes, definitely. So I got 7 people. How many you got there? You guys still want to hang out? I mean, I'm good.
I think mine are combined with yours. It says 17.
Oh, yeah. Yours says 9 and mine says 7. So 16 or 17. Yeah. Where do you see a combined number? On your iPad or something?
On StreamYard.
Oh, I don't see that info on StreamYard. Cool. So Didi, you got 201 subs.
I don't know, do I?
Ooh, should I like yours? Actually, you know what? I'm not going to like yours with my super hidden alt account. Nobody knows it.
Oh yeah, no, you don't have to do that. I
Like
only want cool subs though. Only cool people.
No, I'm subbed to you so I can get the notifications though. But I don't like, because if I like at the same time as I like with my Shivy, you're going to see which one's which. Because I have, I tell you my tricks, my secret. You need to watch with an alt account, because if these guys come in and block all the moderators, you're not gonna see them. And that's when I did Peggy O's chat. I was her moderator, and one or two of the trolls blocked me before they said anything. And then when they caused shit with Rick's Nay and all that, I couldn't see them, so they were causing trouble in chat, and that they had me blocked, and I was the one controlling chat. So they got away with a lot before I realized what was going on. So anytime I'm moderating, I watch with a third account that nobody knows about, so I can see who has me blocked.
Okay, so what's everybody else doing? What do we want to do?
Ooh, and did I tell you my trick too, though? I have my Shibby account, and I have 2 alt accounts. My first alt account, I tell my friends about, and my third alt account, I tell my friends about the second alt account, but I don't use that one. I don't tell anyone about a third alt account in case any of my friends are stabbing me in the back that I could see on the third account that nobody knows about. I learned that on Bob's Burgers when Tina sent out a different place to meet to every one of the people she thought was a spy, and then went and monitored all 3 places. And the place it went to, she was able to catch who spied on her and the Girl Guides. So thank you, Tina Belcher from Bob's Burgers. I learned a lot from you. Just like if I were to use, if I were to try and catch a spy, I would send all of my friends with a different email, and nobody else would have that email. I'd make 3 different emails that are close, and I'd use them all to each person. And then when that email started receiving spam or got trolled or doxed, I would then know who sent it out. Just like a photo or a document, FBI, they all put in little marks and stuff so they know, and each person gets their own copy. So if anything gets leaked, they know who did it. So you got to be careful with that stuff, because they add little something unique in everybody's, and you keep track of it. So if somebody leaks, you know who the leaker is.
Talk about cybersecurity.
No, it's just called being a fan of Bob's Burgers. Tina Belcher. She's awesome. And you guys ever watch Archer? The TV show Archer? They do that stuff too. Yeah, you got to be careful. I mean, if you're giving people photos, if you put a unique mark in each photo, and then you keep track of who you gave what to, and then when the photo leaks, you'll know who leaked it because you put an identifier in each person's photo, but they don't know about it. So I think that's just a smart thing to do.
It is very, very smart, borderline paranoid, but I like it.
Mm.
Lots of steps.
Again, yeah, it's like the notes I keep on all of you guys. I keep a note with everyone, all of you. If you mention your birthdays, if your favorite colors, anything, I write it down because in case we meet someday, I want to,
He wants
glaze
to
your ass.
wear the
Think
shirt
I'm
of your
so
favorite
sweet.
color.
Yes, everything. Favorite colors, favorite numbers, your birth dates, your sign. I write it all down, literally, in a note. It's the verbal in me. I can't help it. Sorry. But I'm interested because I like you guys and I want to remember. And if something happens, I want to be thoughtful. That's all I do it for. I'm not a stalker. I'm just thoughtful. Borderline stalker. A thoughtful. I don't know. So you do stuff like that, Jeannie?
Do I
Like
do
if
stuff
somebody
like that?
mentions their, I don't know. Like what if somebody mentions their favorite food and then, you know, you they come to your house for dinner? Wouldn't you be nice to have that made for them? Like if they're coming to your house and they'd be so happy. I don't know. I just think it's a
Well,
nice thing to do.
I don't cook, and I would usually ask
You know
them
what I'm saying?
beforehand. That's like romantic, you know. If it was
Not
like,
romantic. It's ah. Okay, go on. Sorry. Sorry. Go on. I didn't mean to interrupt.
Manny says that you're her stalker. Oh gosh.
Definitely would be. Yeah, she's a pretty girl. I like all of you guys. It's all women here. Oleg left and Ja left. And Dino left. I think it's just us. Oh, you got JP in yours, I believe. And is just reporting male or female? Do we know? I mean, it's all women. Great.
No, but I'm not sure if they want me to
Oh, that's everything.
reveal.
Oh, Mustang is asking a question. Yours, she says, "Do you screenshot everything, Shibby?" I do screenshot important things like comments. If somebody says a really sweet or nice comment to me, yeah, I screenshot all that stuff and I go back. Ooh, I can tell you what I do. One time I won't tell you who, but somebody, a female or somebody I liked said something really nice to me and I said something really nice back and we had a nice, you know, um, I guess chat in the chat. So I went back afterwards and I screen recorded it because it was really nice. So yes, I screenshot and screen record. Like when Dee Dee left her microphone on when she went to the washroom. Before she deleted that live, I went back and screen recorded that on my computer. So I have a 5-minute video of Dee Dee going to the washroom with her earpods on and making noise and flushing the toilet and singing to herself, washing her washing her hands. It was funny. She thought she was
Man,
alone as you.
that was embarrassing, I must say.
So I have that tape. It's like 5 or 10 minutes long. So that
Blackmail.
tape is no, I'm keeping that. That's personal. I'm keeping that for myself. JP, I oh sorry. I like to flirt with civvies such as Oh, he set me up there. Good one, JP. You little shithead. Hey, Shibby, suck a fart. Aha. I shouldn't have fallen for that. Oh, my chat can't see that. So JP just totally pwned me. JP typed in, I like to flirt with shibby such as ... And then obviously I took the bait and I asked him what, and then he types in, hey, shibby, suck a fart. So that was a good one, JP. You won't get me with that again, but you did there. Ooh, that reminds me, you know what I do here in Canada? When we're playing snowball fights or we're throwing snowballs, I make 2 snowballs and I throw one up really high so that when they look up at it, and I take the other one and I throw it straight at them. So that was excellent, JP, but you'll never get to use that on me again. But it was very good. Shithead.
Why don't we go over to Adrian's?
Okay. Yeah, let's shut this down and go to Adrian's for sure.
She's still
Thank you
on.
guys for my...
And my kid is hyper, and I need to pick up and
Okay.
go upstairs
Yes.
since they don't have a 1-story house yet.
Should we put here? Let me put the link in both our chats quickly before you shut it. I'll get Adrian's, and then you guys can all come if you want.
I got it right here too. I can.
You put it in. I don't see it.
It's coming in right now.
Okay, I got mine. So I'll do it in my chat if you want to do it in yours.
Done. Just reporting what to reveal your gender?
Yes, my gender. No, we're gonna drop the Baba's chat. I just told her we're coming. So 1 sec. Let me put it in mine, and then we can close down. 1 sec. Hey guys, come to Daba. This is her live stream. Come and chat. We're going there now. Thank you, Dee Dee. Thank you guys for coming for my first live stream.
Congratulations!
Thank you.
Your mic was impeccable.
Yes, same to you. And your little head, your wreath.
You're making people wake up.
I'm making people wake up. Sorry, people. Go to Adrian. See you there, Mimi.
Okay, night night, Valencia. Uncle Shibby says night night. Love you, sweetie. Night night. You've been a good kid. Trick or treat. Happy Halloween. Bye.